Lou Penny?
Hey, what's going on? How's the road trip?
It's alright. What's all that? Are you having a party in my house?
Pardon? I'm just sitting here reading the book. Caught the game last night. Let me just put it this way. You're the best player in the NBA. I mean, those spin moves and the dunks. Oh, too delicious. I had to go outside and do some Tai Chi just to calm myself
Man, you are
down.
having a party. I swear, if you and your sloppy friends are messing up my house...
Oh, thanks, baby. Meet me by the pool.
Hello?
Hey, I can't talk now. I'm driving through a tunnel.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I have invaded the Guessing from the Stands YouTube page once again because I am back with another edition of the legendary series known as Deconstructed. So I'm not going to waste no time. Shout out to everybody who checked out the first episode. Big round of applause for y'all. That was an amazing experience. I had so much fun with that. So I'm not editing that out because that crowd cheer was not expected and that was funny as hell. So we'll keep that. We're going to keep that. But today we're joined by the same cast. So first and foremost, big shout out to AJ from Mick Carter's and Catering.
The deal. What's up? We back, man. What's happening?
Hey man. Hey, by the time this comes out, we'll be in the middle of summer probably. And I just say stay tuned to patreon.com/MIC podcast for all things going forward. And big salute to you, man. By this time this comes out, you might be on like 70 episodes of the pod. So
yes, sir.
Hey, man,
70. Almost close to 2 years too. Almost close to 2 years of
hey
running,
man,
so.
I like the Stussy, by the way, the Stussy fit. Yeah.
Oh, you know what I'm saying? I had to come fresh, man. See, that's what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? When you potting, you always got to come fresh. You got to come prepared, especially when you're talking about sneakers and hoops and everything. Like, no matter what you're talking about, you always got to come fresh. You can't come on here looking like a poop putt. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
So I had to bring out the collabs, fresh fitted, everything. You know what I'm saying?
Man. Yeah, I see the beard tapered up a little bit too. I see it.
I
feel like a bum because I ain't had no chop. You know what I'm saying? The only thing I got on is this Memphis Tiger. You know what I'm saying? However,
rightfully so though. Right for the occasion.
Had to rep the city, but I mean, the only Penny jersey I have as of right now is this USA. You know what I'm saying? Hardaway jump, which I got for a whopping $7 on eBay back in the day. So
that's beautiful.
Salute to that. Another thing I got on eBay for a whopping $12.33, no pun intended, was this bad boy right here. So shout out to my guy, Lil Penny Pro version. You can see the battery pack in the back and all that good shit. But shout out to Lil Penny, real legend. And Lil Penny, for everybody, has on the Penny 3s, black with
clean.
So shout out to that. All right, and I mean, how could I forget my guy? It's the Guessing from the Stands man himself. What's up, bro?
What's happening, bro? What's good with y'all? Good to be back again. I know this is dropping on Guess from the Stands YouTube platform, but man, when you fam like that, bro, it's like your cousins coming over, bro. Like just knock at the door and hey, I'm in the crib, bro. And that's really what it is. So let's get it cracking. Shout out to Penny. I am repping the Orlando Magic today. I am phony. Yes, I'm a Laker fan, but I'm phony. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I am phony. I'm repping the Magic. The Magic. Look, I'm just gonna be truthful. The Magic are always gonna have a soft place in my heart because I was able to go to more Magic games than anything else living in Florida. So. I am a Lakers fan, but I'll just be honest. I saw a lot of great players in that Orlando arena, and we're gonna talk about that today too.
I just want to say this too as a joke and a shameless plug. After the last Tales from the South episode, I feel like me and Donnie have to reinduct you back into the South because it was a while there. You was like East Coast, but.
Oh yeah, no. The East Coast forever. You know what I'm saying? But you know me, man. I grew up in so many different places, bro. I could jab with them all. But
no. Shout out to Florida. You feel me?
Oh yeah, for sure. And
All
yes,
right.
my fitted is gray bottom because we don't do black nasties.
No black
Uh,
nasties. No
no
black
black
nasties.
nasties. No black
You
nasties.
feel me?
No
Gray
black nasties
brims. Gray
under. No
brims.
black
But
nasties under
before
any
we get started, Larry, I
any
couldn't talk too
circumstances.
much, but
Mhm.
you having those, you know what that little penny dog goes for now? And
Yes.
that jersey, brother.
That
Yes.
jersey,
Hey, that
Yes.
jersey,
brother. That's a
crazy.
dream jersey, brother.
Yes,
That
yes.
jersey, man. I
That
want,
ain't Mitchell
bro.
and Ness. That's champion.
Oh
That's
That's
the
yeah, I mean
champion,
just for everybody, yeah, bro. You can see it, champion fofo right there, like yeah. So
bruh. I
yep,
want that jersey so bad, bro.
yeah,
yep,
You
man.
have no idea. Like that's a dream jersey
yeah.
right
Oh,
there.
AJ, I'm telling you right now, we are turning up our jersey wars this year. You know,
Oh,
we
we
was
are.
Hey,
hunting last year,
I'm
but we
gonna
Okay.
are
I'm gonna
we are
tell y'all
turning up
now.
the eBay jersey wars.
I'm gonna
Okay.
tell
Let's
y'all now. As of today, I don't think anybody is fucking with Nelson. As
No,
of
no,
today,
no, no, no. He's the goat.
that is
No,
Oh yeah,
Nelson.
he's clear.
he's the
He's
last
the
of
clear
the
undisputed champion
yeah,
right now.
he's the
He is.
last on the
Yes,
Mortal Kombat tower. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
yes.
He
That
is the
is
Shao
Nell
Kahn
Khan.
of
That is Nell
jerseys.
Khan. Yes.
Shao Kahn.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, shout out to that.
Yeah.
Now, as we get started, I just want to ask y'all a question. What
Yes,
was
sir.
y'all's first introduction to one Penny Hardaway? And I'm gonna tell you mine real quick. Um, so funny enough, fun fact, back when I was a jit, as they would say, um, a little man, if you will, because he's from Memphis like me.
Mhm.
Penny's cousin Ruby used to babysit me back when I was a
Oh,
kid.
wow.
And my first actual introduction with Penny Hardaway was, I think I've said this story before on Random Acts Podcast, Salute to Ampavelli, who also has an amazing Penny Hardaway story. If you don't know that story, AJ, the story basically goes, um, Amp's teacher told them that they had a surprise for them, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't know what the surprise was. So he was like, whatever. So he was just being a bad kid. So the day he was bad, a bad kid's got to sit down with another teacher, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he said he was sitting down in this classroom, right? And out of nowhere, he just hears everybody outside going
Screaming.
crazy, screaming.
Yeah.
He's like, he was like, what's going on? Like, he's hearing the hoop go off, people chanting, like whatever. I guess somehow, some way, Penny was allegedly cool with his teacher. They knew the same people or something like that. So
Oh,
she had
wow.
Penny Hardaway in the 90s, mind you. This is 90s Penny Hardaway pop up. And everybody was going crazy. Meanwhile, he's in the classroom sick.
Sick.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah,
dog,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
They got him writing on the chalkboard. I will
yeah,
not
like
repeat. I will
taking
not do
pictures
this.
and all kind of shit.
Damn,
Yeah. But
Amp is Bart Simpson
yo,
for
y'all,
sure.
you remember that? You remember that infamous Penny Hardaway poster where he's pointing at little Penny like this, and it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the writing and shit. That's what Amp
Mhm.
was doing for sure.
That's Amp.
But
100%.
yeah, real quick, my introduction to Penny, from what I remember, was one day. Rest in peace, Big Larry. But yeah, we went to one of those events because my dad used to work for Cummins Diesel Recon, so like the big C that you see on diesel trucks, like those
Okay,
engines.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they had a plant. They had a plant out there, basically like South Memphis. But anyway, they did a foundation for Hank Aaron, and they had local legends, come around and things like that. And I remember meeting Hank Aaron. I remember meeting Penny Hardaway way back then. So like, yeah, and just over the random times, bumping into Penny in places. His kids are like my age, so yeah, he's always been a cool dude. So,
Yeah, yeah.
I want to ask y'all, what's y'all's first introduction to Penny Hardaway?
So I'll just keep it real simple. You know what I'm saying? So about, let's see, again, I was a jit, like some would like to say, like my fellow Floridians like to say. It was about 93, 94. um 93, 94, 95, in that range, like legit. Like Penny was, like, a lot of people liked Mike, you know what I'm saying? Of course, this is Michael Jordan, this is crazy. So that 94 to 95 was that Mike's retirement, his first retirement. So there was no Michael, there was no Mike at that time. I knew who Michael Jordan kind of was at the time. I was still young, but then I saw Anfernee Hardaway, I saw Penny, and I was like, yo, this dude right here is the coolest fucking basketball player I've ever seen at the tender age of like 7 or 8. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, Penny this dude is like legit. Like I like this dude. You know, like how you got up on the screen right now. That Orlando jersey was the cleanest thing I ever seen. He was playing with Shaq at this time. You know what I'm saying? This is where they was going on their finals run. Because you know, Mike was gone. Mike was gone at the time. So it was open season on the Eastern Conference for people. And it was no better time than for Shaq and for Penny to go on that run. You know, unfortunately, they were not able to win the finals. You know what I'm saying? As we all know the story and everything like that. But it was like Penny was the coolest thing I've ever saw. Like I didn't know a lot about positions at that time, like in basketball. Like again, I'm just learning the game at that time. But when I look back at it today, I'm like, yo, this dude was 6'9", playing point guard.
Yeah.
And he could do everything. He could dunk. He could do everything. I was like, yo, Penny was ahead of his time, bro. Like it was just too ahead of his time. So yeah, that was kind of my introduction to Penny Hardaway.
All right. And Earl, real quick, what was your first introduction to Penny Hardaway?
To be honest, I really don't know because I remember like even at the times where I was living in Central Florida before we had like settled there, Penny was the local superstar. So you talking about seeing him at the mall, seeing him at the barbershops if you was out in Orlando or the Orlando area at the time. Like, bro, I mean, the earliest I can remember was at this place called Fuddruckers.
Shout out to Fuddruckers.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, if y'all know about Fuddruckers, all right, cool. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it was at a Fuddruckers. I remember he was there one time, but bro, Penny still gets his hair cut and stuff like that in Orlando. So like, well, when he's there now obviously he's coaching Memphis, but
no, shout out to C Styles. He made that.
Yeah. So but yeah, I mean, like, bro, to be honest, man, he was the local guy, and to kind of allude or really like highlight and piggyback off of what AJ was saying, Mike was one thing, and don't get me wrong, Mike was like a god. So let's be very clear. Like Mike had the aura, he had the shoes, the baggy shorts, this, that, and the third. It was fire because it was baggy shorts from like booty shorts that they used to wear, right? But then Penny and Shaq come in the league, and the shorts get even baggier. The gold chains are like hip hop now. Like these are hip hop ball players, and obviously the culmination of that was Allen Iverson. And not to say hip hop in like a white way, but I mean just real talk. Like we're hip hop babies, bro. Like we are the generation of that, and they were the definition of that. Like Mike was cool. Do not get me wrong. Barkley was cool, so on and so forth. But Penny had the haircut that every kid had. Yes. Like that shit mattered. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like we all had the ball fades. Even Shaq, when he had the ball for like, or had the part in the middle, like we had parts, we had fades. Like he looked like us. He looked and you know, Shaq was kind of more of the more adult or the older teenagers, so they would look like that. But if you were a little jit, if you were from the ages of 0 to like 15 or whatever, bro, you looked like Penny. Everybody wanted to be Penny. You like he had like, I'm gonna be honest, bro. If somebody told me that Penny had the coolest sneakers in the 90s, and we'll get to it, you not wrong. Like, bro, he was even at Memphis State, he was swagger. Like, look at bro. He had the high top, the fade. Like, bro, it was clean. The slap. You know what? He was as cool individually as the Fab Five were as a collective. And they all were cool, but he was in that same range. And it's not disrespecting him, but he just, if he was on the Fab Five instead of a Ray Jackson or something like that, he right there. That was our generation,
y'all better be lucky this is still the era of regional, recruiting. Because if recruiting was where it is today, Penny
he probably would have been up there.
He could have Wolverine.
He easily could have played at Michigan.
He could have played any blue blood.
Like he was so cool, man. Like, and then him on television, shit like that. Like, bro, the man was just cool, dog. So like, you think cool? Penny is the precursor to a lot, but I think in a lot of ways, bro. Now I'm a little long-winded on this, my fault, but he's the precursor to what Allen Iverson's cool was.
Absolutely,
like it was Penny before him. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, growing up, bro. I thought, come on, man,
Like that's he cool, bro.
Yeah, he just
Getting
cool, bro.
fits off, just cool,
cool.
man.
Like you ain't never seen an action figure that cool, bro.
And
Like
would bust
Yeah.
your ass.
that's what I'm
Would bust
saying. Like
everybody ass, bro.
and would bust your ass. So
Yeah.
all right, so let's talk about that for a little bit. Because I mean we got Mike right here and Penny. You know, you got the different things. So I'll ask y'all brothers this: how do you guys feel today? If you had to watch the NBA today, how do you think Penny Hardaway's game uh, would be? So first, I'm gonna start with you, AJ. How you think Penny Hardaway's game would translate today?
Literally, today's NBA is tailor made and fit for Penny. Literally, like you can't. There's no outlier. If you insert Penny, that version of Penny Hardaway, into today's game, he's easily top five. Easily. You know what I'm saying? A 6'9" point guard that can shoot, that can dunk, that can distribute the ball. I mean, there's no other outlier other than that. That is a super max, all NBA, all star that can possibly change your team into a contender without a doubt. And not only that, Penny's career actually will survive in this period that we're in now because of just how far we've come in terms of like the medical industry and everything
Mm-hmm.
like that, because that's literally the thing that killed his career. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Was an injury that today would literally be taken care of, and certain surgeries he could have avoided in order to, like,
Right.
save his career. So no, it's literally tailor made for someone like Penny, easily.
All right. I ain't got no problem with that. All right, Earl. Same question. How you think Penny's career would be today?
I literally could say nothing more than what he said. It's him. The
Okay.
combo guard, the big guard, the can do everything. Look, we got centers that have to be able to do everything today.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
it's him. He's a look. We're talking about Penny's nickname should be the blueprint because he
Yeah.
literally was the blueprint for the next 30 years of the NBA. And yeah, he said it right. Like AJ said it right there, bro. Like I think this league could use a Penny Hardaway though because I think
Yeah.
it could use a superstar that's not wilding and is cool. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like he just got a cool factor
Is there anybody today that you think comes close to that?
on the court or okay,
Both. Both.
okay. In total package, AJ, don't kill me for this,
Yeah.
but in total package, the closest thing that we have to him today, he's not as cool as him. So this is strictly on the court.
Hmm.
Hmm.
It's Paul George. It's the can do everything at a really elite level. It's Paul George.
He wouldn't be my first choice, but you're not far away. You're not far off.
Yeah.
Because in the grand scheme of things, yes, Paul George he fits that bill. I just think Penny probably did a few other things a little bit better. I would say defensively, Paul George is definitely probably better than Penny in that category.
Hmm.
But I would almost say if you put Penny, look, if you insert Penny with a fucking Joker, for example, you literally have the opportunity to have two players on your starting lineup that could average a triple double.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like with these two, like they're unstoppable. You're not
Yep.
you're not beating that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like really, I would kind of put Penny more so in the Luka Doncic category,
Mm-hmm.
and then maybe Paul George right behind that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that would be mine. But I'm not against that at all.
Yeah, I'm
Because
with you on that too. Yep.
to me, really, Penny is post Magic Johnson. That's
Yep.
literally what Penny is.
Yeah.
Magic Johnson with a jumper.
Yep.
I, I agree. I think the evolution of that is Magic, and this is not levels. It's just the evolution. So like
Yeah.
you have Magic first, then Penny Hardaway, then LeBron,
Mm-hmm.
then Luka Doncic,
Mm-hmm.
and in between there, you've got some guys who've been influenced by Penny over the years, as far as being a bigger guard that can pass, or even the smaller guards that might not have made it, I've seen them try to take a few things from Penny's game, like wearing this Memphis State hoodie because it's Memphis State for Penny. Um, I've seen DeJuan Wagner try it. I've seen Derrick Rose try it to a certain degree. Derrick Rose has more explosiveness, but I've seen him try it. I mean, even in a guard like a Chris Paul, I've seen different guys that I'll go back and I say, okay, I see where they got that from Penny Hardaway.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to give a big acknowledgement to some of the other names out there from that era because I do think there's a lot of Jason Kidd I see in a lot of people. There's a lot of Steve Nash, a lot of Grant Hill, a lot of those guys that kind of they get their credit and we know hoops, but like they don't get it. But I will give Earl a lot of credit too for saying Paul George because I can totally understand
Totally
how
get that.
PG for the kids today is definitely their
They're
Penny
Penny
Hardaway.
Hardaway, absolutely.
Oh, they love him.
100%.
You add
They love him.
between with the injury, with the shoes, with just the point where it's like even like earlier we were talking about LeBron and Mike. I keep saying Mike and Penny, LeBron and PG right there in the East. Like it was that close, like that might if LeBron did not have that Miami Heat roster, I could 1000% see the Pacers getting on to that next round. So, and it's interesting because PG luckily had a better roster with the Clippers than Penny did with the Phoenix Suns. The Phoenix Suns were in so much limbo after that Barkley era. It could never stay there. So,
Yeah.
but you said the blueprint. So I have to bring it up because we are old enough to talk about this. So kids that are out there, I want to let y'all know. Back in the day, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, there was a movie, right? And that movie was called Blue Chips. All right.
Oh, man. Oh, look at these niggas, man. Oh my god, bro. Oh man. What a great film, bro. What a film. Man.
Good God Almighty, AJ. Good God Almighty. All right.
God Almighty.
Okay, first of all, I guess the thing I'm gonna want to bring up about Blue Chips is, do you guys think a Blue Chips could be made today, especially with how the NIL program itself basically allows this? So I'm gonna start with you, AJ.
Oof. You know, I was about to say no because I'm like, dog, we in the NIL era, so like, nah, like, shit, money being thrown around now, people taking money, it's nothing now. It's all legal, all money legal now. So, but the interesting part that where I can say yes, it can be told because also you can tell past stories too. You can do a Blue Chips now and tell a story from like 2000. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's easy to do that. But another factor that's now out there, like, and I mean it's out there like fucking McDonald's now, and that's sports betting and gambling.
Woo!
You know what I'm saying? Because literally, I just thought
Yep.
about the scene where literally the kid got caught up point shaving. He got caught point shaving in Blue Chips, and I'm like, wow. Of course, we can tell this story today because you know as gambling, as the sports betting and gambling is becoming a lot more legalized nowadays. And we just saw what happened with Jonte Porter. You know what I'm saying? We just saw what happened even into the NFL, you know what I'm saying, with Calvin Ridley. Like we seeing all these people putting out these professional players putting out sports bets and everything like that. Like, I mean, we're betting from the professionals all the way down to the collegiates. You know what I'm saying? So it's really, really easy to tell that story today. So yeah, I do. I will retract that. Nah, man, it'll be a waste of whatever. Like it'll be whatever. But no, we can absolutely tell the story.
Okay. Earl, what about you?
Again, look, we're gonna agree a lot today. I'll piggyback off of that and say I think that if anything, it's a really relevant story to today.
Yeah.
I think it's almost necessary to watch that story if you have the gift of understanding the message. Because I do understand a lot of messages can get lost in translation with time, stuff like that. But you know, I 1,000,000% believe that that movie could survive and thrive today. I don't think it'd be a bad remake like A White Man Can't Jump or nothing like that. I think that it would do them service if today that could happen. Um, the only thing that I'll kind of push a little not push back on, but I don't know that coaches today will be as open as say a Bobby Knight to allow themselves to be portrayed in that way today, just because people are so uh, careful with their branding and stuff like that. Like branding is a big thing even for coaches, so I can understand that. But that's little small details. Outside of that, the overall thing, I 100% agree that movie could be shown today and should.
Okay, I'm not mad at that. I'll ask all of us this question. Just quick 3 to 5 minutes, and we can move on.
Yeah.
If we had to cast blue chips today, let's do it. The three of us, I think we're
Oh,
smart
wow.
enough. So it don't have to be nobody in college right now. It could be a rookie. It could be somebody that's 2 years in. We don't want to get no 6, 7 year vet for this, but like some of the younger guys in the league. Who could we see in blue chips today? So
Okay,
I give you a real
um,
easy one. I give you a real easy
I got
question.
I got an easy one too. I want to see what yours is first.
now I
Anthony.
want y'all to
Oh,
remember something too. Some things, just for the people out there, first time listeners, appreciate y'all. Some
mhm.
things you can tell are protected by brands. So like
Yep.
Yeah.
Space Jam is a Nike thing, right?
Yeah.
Right.
You had the Nike Air Jordan deal going on back then, so that's why I can't see Warner Brothers doing it with a Adidas athlete per se.
No,
But
I would
hey,
never.
but hey, I think the purists would have a problem with that. But again, this is 2024 as we're recording this. David Zaslav, you are a mad man. So hey, I'm not surprised by anything in 2024. But let's keep it hip hop. So because remember, in this picture, Shaq is Reebok, Penny is just getting on to Nike, which we'll talk about in a second. But all right,
Mhm.
who are we casting?
But it's easy for me because,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll say this because Nike basketball not even number one right now. Adidas is kind of crushing that market. So if you want to throw Adidas out there, I'll give you a young man who was just in a movie not too long ago, and that's Anthony
Mm-hmm.
Edwards.
Oh,
Yep.
cool shoes. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Yes.
All right.
absolutely.
Cool
Cool
An-
shoes would
shoes.
absolutely
yeah,
be.
Anthony
Okay.
Edwards will
Okay.
absolutely be casted.
Mm-hmm.
He would be one of my choices for sure. Now I
And
don't know
with
if
me,
you want me
just
to cast a whole joint
No,
or
just
whatever.
like
You
just
just
just give me
giving us such a
give me
yeah. Give me
three
one.
give me 3 or 5 people. And this can
Um,
include actors too, that you would want to see like in Nick Nolte spot, stuff like that too.
okay.
So
Let's do two athletes and an actor.
yeah,
So
so
you
we
go
two
got we
David
athletes and
got we
versus
got
actors.
Ant.
our
Okay.
we got our Butch McRae with
Mm-hmm.
Ant. All
Okay.
right. So
Um,
who we got next?
see, I hate to go with another guard, but I feel like he's got something. He's got something that we could see. You know what I'm saying? Like I think Jason Tatum would probably be my other athlete
Mm-hmm.
for that.
So let me ask you this question: Do you think that we are? Do you think a big man recently can possibly be in this film?
I
Because
do.
I do think a big man could do it. Um, I mean, because like we looking back at the original Blue Chips,
the
no matter what
dynamic,
I feel about Shaq, you know what I'm saying? Shaq is a big personality. He's been
of
a big
course,
personality
of
since he
course.
set foot in the NBA. Like,
Mm-hmm.
period. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's a big role to fill. In terms of a big man, a big man in the league right now. I mean, right now my favorite big man is Joker, but and Joker has personality. He does.
Yes,
Like
he
yeah,
does.
he has a lot of personality actually.
And if there's one thing that could go over well, it's the hard to speak English dude that just makes
Yeah.
puns. That would go
Mhm.
over so well.
So
Absolutely.
all right,
People
so
people like to see Joker in those
oh
situations,
yeah.
Yes,
bro.
bro.
They do. We just like seeing them
Yep.
in that type
So
of limelight.
so Earl, who would you pick?
Um, shoot, honestly, Joker, and I'm gonna give a young guy who hasn't really been discovered yet, but he on the cusp of it. I'm going down to Orlando, man. I'm gonna give Paolo, man. I think
My
Paolo.
man, you
Okay.
yeah,
I'm going down to. I'm getting
yes,
Paolo.
Yeah.
yes.
Paolo, I'm
Thank
telling you,
you.
Paolo, I'm going down to Paolo.
It's
man.
crazy because
Yeah.
it's crazy
Yeah.
because AJ said about Luka Doncic comparison earlier, and now you
Uh-huh.
said Paolo. Paolo is
Yeah,
the
I'm going
perfect
Paolo,
person.
man.
Now
Oh,
you
yeah.
now if you
Plus he
want to
went
talk,
to Duke. Plus he went to
Yeah,
Duke
and he went
too.
to Duke.
Like
He told Italy to kiss my ass. I'm playing with USA. Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Give me Paolo, man.
see player development, man. James Wiseman, if you would have turned out
Uh,
halfway decent, this could have been you,
that's
brother.
all it would have took.
That's
Could
all
have
it would
been
have
you.
took.
And keep Zion away from this. You got too much going on, my boy. You got too
You know.
much. Like, relax.
Yeah.
But yeah, and you know what? Victor Wembanyama might be funny in that, especially if you
I
add
feel like
the
he would too.
the European aspect of it
Mhm.
and all that. I think Victor Wembanyama, Chet too. Chet would be funny
Yeah,
too.
Chet would be.
Oh,
Yeah,
Chet would
Chet
be
would be. Yeah, Chet
hilarious.
would be.
Shit. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
Chet
Because
would
we
be
actually
hilarious.
got to see, like, this past season, we actually got to see Chet out of
Chet.
his shell.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the
You know what
real
I'm saying?
Chet.
Especially like
Yeah.
with the commercial he did with Shay and all that. Like
Right.
we saw some
Because
humor
Gonzaga,
there.
it looks
Yeah.
shaky in Gonzaga. It look a little
Yeah.
shaky. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so
You got to find an actor.
let's cast our Nick Nolte.
Mm.
Okay. My Nick Nolte, man. I would go with somebody that I feel like would be a big personality. I think like a Bradley Cooper.
Okay.
A Bradley Cooper is like in that role. I think he would have some range there to be like on a Nick Nolte level
Okay,
type deal.
I'm gonna say let me go Ryan Gosling. Why
Ryan got
not?
okay.
Yeah, I think it brings a big enough name, but it also brings that level of where hey, he's got the range to be a joke of himself like he was in Barbie, or he
Hmm.
can be as serious as he was in the other
La
movies
La
like Blade,
Land
La La
or
Land, Blade
whatever.
Runner, all
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Um, I'm going Paul Rudd.
Oh wow.
perfect,
Oh
I'm going
wow.
Paul
perfect
Rudd.
casting,
I'm
perfect
going Paul Rudd.
casting. My God,
For Nick Nolte, I'm going Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd. That would be pretty
Yes.
cool.
you know who would be
Yes.
else would be great for that if they had the budget for it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, my man, come on, man, Mr. Stark, brother, come on, Robert Downey
I
Jr.
was
Robert
thinking
Downey
Robert
Jr.
Downey
would do
Jr.
Robert
it.
at
Downey
first
Yes.
Jr.
Yeah.
because again, Robert Downey Jr. is one of my favorite actors. But I
Mm-hmm.
didn't want I felt like it would have been a little too easy. That's why I was
Yeah,
like, Robert Downey Jr., I ain't want to toss
yeah,
that out. I feel like that's a cheat code almost, but I was like,
yeah,
Bradley Cooper, I could see something there.
yeah.
Yeah. Bradley Cooper, I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul Rudd, aka, and then come on, man, Paul Rudd, Ant-Man and Ant-Man. Yeah, I get it. I get it.
I
And
didn't even make that connection, but that's funny.
That's why
and
I'm here all
then
night.
and then a real dark horse, because this dude he loves basketball outside that Adam Sandler. Adam
Yes.
Sandler would probably
Yeah.
be
I
another
think he'd do
another.
well in that too.
Dog,
And
you
I
give
like
Adam
Hustle.
something like that, it's going crazy.
Yeah,
I like Hustle too. That was a really good basketball movie.
yeah,
Yeah, I do
Hustle.
think that Bradley Cooper is a great choice. I'm glad that Matt Damon and Ben, y'all did great with Air. Let's leave it there.
Oh,
yeah. Let's
Air is
leave it
amazing.
there.
Air
Let's
is
Yeah,
leave
amazing.
it.
Air's amazing.
Don't go for the 2-3 peat. Just
Yeah,
leave it there. All right.
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
All right. That's hey man. We just casted blue chips too, y'all. So hey,
sure did.
if y'all see that shit, I'm coming for y'all. Just want to let y'all know now. All right. So let's transition, and I'll ask this question here. So I think we've given a lot to Penny Hardaway, the player. Unfortunately, with injuries, we got hampered. But I mean, his legacy is still there. And I'm gonna
Yeah,
tell you how I know his legacy is still there because before you had Mike, you had a couple random signature guys over the years, right?
yeah,
But if I do say so myself, I must truly say I don't think we've ever seen anything up until that point like we did with the Penny line. I mean, my goodness, man. Like
Mm-hmm.
Whoo!
Yeah, man.
First
Yeah,
off,
yeah.
first of all, we'll talk about Air Foamposite Pros another day. But let's stick strictly to you got Mike with the Air Flight Ones on this picture.
You know the background story behind that?
If you can tell us real quick, sure. What's up?
So essentially, the prototype for the Jordan 11 wasn't fully ready to be on screen yet,
Mm-hmm.
and Nike didn't want, because if you ever watched that that series against Orlando, that prototype, it does have some differences. It's pretty much what we got in the retail, but it is certain differences.
Yeah,
So
I picked up on that.
productivity wise, it's about the same thing. But I can tell you that it wasn't ready to be on the screen yet. So
Right.
it wasn't really ready to be on the court yet. And truth be told, Mike was really supposed to be playing in that during the summer during the filming of Space Jam when he had the dome out in Los Angeles.
Mm.
So he was given a pair of Flight Ones because I think Penny wears a 13 or a 13 and a half as well. So of course, the one of the ball boys was able to give him uh, some of the Flight Ones, and of course Nike's going to supply Mike regardless. But he was going to wear the Concorde that night. I don't think he had turned the Space Jams yet. I think he's going to wear the Concorde that night, and that's
Yeah, I don't
kinda
think
what
you didn't get Space Jams till Space Jam. So like, yeah.
No, you did. He played in the Space Jam in
Oh, he did.
game.
Was it like Game
Is it
4?
game 5, game 4, something like that?
Okay. All
Yeah, he
right.
played in the Concourse and the Space Jam in that series.
Okay. All right.
It's yeah. So he played in both, but I think they were not ready yet.
Right.
They hadn't been dyed yet because original Space Jams, of course, weren't factory made in black. The mesh was just dyed.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So I mean, you got Mike in the Air Flight One. I mean, if you go in chronological order, you go to the right on the screen here. You got the '97 Wildcats. Can't stand them. I'm almost said something worse, but I'm just gonna shut up and acknowledge the moment here. And you got Mike Bibby in the Royal Foamposites.
Hey, listen, Bibby, look, during that run, Bibby was getting some shit off, bro.
Bibby and Jason
Bibby,
Terry, brother.
yeah, Bibby was going on a run.
Very
bro.
underrated guard in the sneaker realm.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bibby gets the
yeah.
love, but he doesn't get the love. Bibby really.
Bibby is Bibby.
Ooh, yeah,
Bibby is Bibby. Shout out to Mike Bibby.
Yeah.
And then even to the side here, where you got Mr. Tim Duncan
Yes,
and
sir.
the pros, which ironically, Tim Duncan has his own posit journey that begins out of this later on.
What a
So,
fumble. What a fumble.
Hey,
I mean,
that is actually my second favorite foam ever. The Pearl Foam Pros. My second
Yes,
favorite
mine
foam
too.
ever.
but
Yeah.
between that and between KG and just so much going on with Nike basketball that we'll talk about another day,
Yeah.
brother, it was the late '90s were a time. Now, I'm gonna ask y'all this because, like I said, I feel like this, besides Jordan, this is the first time I see a non-Jordan athlete where we start to see guys actively wearing the signatures, and it spans so many shoes. I don't want to be here too long, but I mean, what a signature lineup. I mean,
Well,
Yeah.
hold on. We got to go back a little further. The first thing that Penny really stepped on the block for, and this is great, don't get me wrong. The first thing he stepped on the block for is called the Air Go LWP.
yeah,
That shoe is the one that it starts all this shit.
yeah,
So
Yeah.
that
absolutely.
Go LWP, like, look, it was redone into the rookies later on, which I think Zoom rookies are probably
we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Yeah,
I think they're the best fusion ever to me.
we'll get to all that. In
But
just a
either
second.
way, but the point is, yeah, from the Air Go LWP on, brother, Penny went on about a 10-year run of just look, if it ain't Mike,
It's Penny.
it's Penny.
Absolutely.
And in some
Absolutely.
years, I think Penny got Mike, and I'm not being a contrarian.
Oh,
I think there's some years that Penny got Mike.
I definitely agree. So I'm gonna ask y'all this question here, and I'm gonna put myself up here first so that I can shout out to AJ. There, you got the Stussy on one time. All right, so I'm gonna ask y'all what's y'all's first pair of pennies you ever owned, and I actually have mine, so I had to go in the archives to find these, and these are beat to shit. So please excuse the condition of these, but yeah, real shoes right there.
Yes, sir.
Real worn shoes, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, Air Penny ones. So many memories in these shoes. So many numbers got into these shoes. So many, just good lord, so many different things that have happened with these shoes. Like this is the 2011 version. So this was my senior year in high school when I finally got a pair of these. I had wanted these specifically because foams were going crazy at the time, but I wanted these. Like Earl mentioned earlier, y'all know I had the three line. I had the penny fade. I had everything when I got
Yeah.
these. It was borderline nasty, but nonetheless, penny ones were my first pair of pennies I ever had. So Earl, I'm gonna switch it to you. What are your first pair of pennies? And oh my
I
goodness.
have
Woof.
had. Let me be very clear. Let me be very clear about this shoe. I understand that there are some that consider penny ones, Orlando penny ones, New York Knicks penny ones, which are probably my second, third favorite penny one. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Foamposites. So for me, this is the Genesis. This is it. This is my first pair of pennies. Had them in 97,
Okay.
96. 96 was going to first grade. Yeah, so had them in 2009,
Mm-hmm.
2016,
Right.
2023. Every
Correct.
time this shoe comes out, I will buy it, I will beat it, and I will buy it again. Atlantic Blue Penny 2. None greater. To me, to
Ooh.
me, this is
Hey.
my
I don't
favorite penny
disagree.
ever. This is my
I,
favorite penny ever. The
okay.
Orlando penny one is right behind it. Salute to it. But this, I saw Penny do work in these. This is my favorite Lil Penny commercial. I think the Atlantic Blue is right behind this one, but this, brother, no question.
I mean, great showing of the Atlantic twos. All right, so AJ, it's your go. What you got for me?
Okay, so unfortunately, I don't own any more pennies. I don't have any pennies on display, but
Oh man.
yeah, I don't have any pennies currently because
Cool.
the last. Okay, so my first pair of pennies was of course the penny one. I got
Okay.
that. I didn't get mine until 1996.
Okay.
So this is back when you could be like, oh, these are still on the shelf. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
let me get those because again, my mom was like, oh, this is expensive. This is high.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But
Yes.
I was fortunate enough to be one of those kids to have the black Orlando #1 jersey with with
Mm.
the penny ones. I hope my mom got a picture of me somewhere because I want that picture because that was one of the flyest moments of my life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Hands
got
down.
to.
That's what
Got
got me started, bro.
to.
That's what
Got
got
to.
me there. And yes, I was one of the people that read up in 2011 when
Mm-hmm.
the penny one got retro.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and yes, that's been my staple since was that penny one was it for me. I won't jump the shark and talk about my favorite pennies yet until we get to that point. But
Sure. I
yeah,
just I just want
that
to
was
put
it.
myself back on screen just for 1 second to say, you kids don't understand the struggle of having to wait a very, very long time for one of your favorite shoes. Because for
Mhm.
some reason, Nike loves torturing us with that
Oh,
Penny One
absolutely.
Orlando release. Like
Oh my God, bro!
bro,
Every time.
every time. Because all right, let's look at this. You had the '90s, which I can't really account for too much, but I know
Mm-hmm.
you got 2005.
Mm-hmm.
You don't
Now
get
those were
any
widely available. I'll
the
give you that.
05s.
Yeah. Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
Those
of
are
course,
widely
of course.
available.
Yeah, yeah.
But at the time in '05, I was aware, but I wasn't aware.
Yeah.
So yeah, because it's in '05, I was like 12. So I'm just like, I know what I see on TV. This is around the time where I'm starting to go back in the archives, and I'm like, wait a minute, this guy was actually pretty cool. Other than the stories of like, oh, you met Penny as a kid, or oh, like, your mom works at the University of Memphis at the time, so she's got nothing but great things to say. Which, by the way, Mom, if you ever catch this, I just want to remind you that the day you told me that Penny Hardaway was at the University of Memphis with some random 6'8" joker that everybody was screaming over, and you didn't know why, and it was LeBron James, and you didn't get his autograph for me. I'm still mad about that. But regardless of the fact, yeah, we had 05, didn't get anything to 2011, and then it went from 11 to what? 22, 23? When the last ones came out?
I'll tell you 22.
It was
So
22
it was
because
2011 and 22.
22.
22.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
22.
because I mean the last thing, because what happened was the Orlandos came out and they were you couldn't get if you could not get a pair at first, right? Then they released more later. So I had to go and get these bad boys, social
Yes,
status.
sir. Social
You know what I'm
status.
saying?
Yes, sir.
Social status.
You know,
social status.
You know, as I ripped the Velcro off, you know, for that.
And there you go. You
in
got
there.
Orlando's.
Clean,
Yeah, there you
clean.
go. So I'm like, I'm leaving with something. Like I'm leaving with something. So yeah, that's the last time that came out. So 11 years is a long time, but even longer than that. I mean, just what a lineage of just great shoes. I mean, I'm pulling them up here for us. My goodness, like, whoosh.
Yeah.
What a signature line. So I'll ask us now. We're going to keep this brief, and if you guys want more extended content, please tap into patreon.com/SYWNET or patreon.com/MIC podcast. But all right,
Man.
give me 3 to 5 of your favorite signature Air Penny non-Foamposite model colorway. It doesn't have to be
non-Foamposite one, right? Because I would say
no, not the
Foamposite.
Foamposite.
The half cent is the foam.
Yeah, half cent is
okay.
the phone.
All right,
All right.
I'm just giving
one,
this for visual. You know, I'm showing people what the line was like after the 5, and where you have the 6, and you got the different ones. So yeah, so give me your favorites, AJ. I'll start with you.
Okay, so 3, right? Okay, so it will be the Penny 1,
Orlando,
the
okay.
Penny 3s. Yo, those Penny 3s were so fucking crazy. Oh
Thank
my
you.
Those Penny 3s was insane.
I think
bro.
if I'm not mistaken, shout out to my brother 2L's Young, and I think that's his favorite penny too.
Yes.
Now, which Penny 3 colorway?
The Orlando's.
All
Yeah,
right.
like when it comes to pennies, like I'll be strictly when it comes to the penny line, I'll be strictly Orlando through and through. Like that's just really my shit.
Fair enough.
Or Miami or the Miamis. Miami colorways was always hard to me too.
Always hard.
Yeah.
Okay.
And my third one, the penny 4. The penny 4 was another one. I do love the penny 2. I do like the penny 2
For the record,
a lot.
that's penny 4. Okay.
Let me see which penny 4. Penny 4 is like
penny 4 is in the middle right there.
In the middle. Yep, penny 4. Penny 4s were crazy. Now, sleeper. Yes. Yes. And the New York Knicks one.
You just somewhere Nelson just sneezed because he felt the signal. So shout out to my brother.
The New York Knicks one, crazy. Those were crazy. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you this. A sleeper penny is those penny 5s. Those penny 5s was
yes, sir.
Hey,
absolutely.
that Miami
the
colorway,
Miami Dolphin, fire.
Dolphins. Hey man,
woo!
Them Dolphins.
I'm not gonna lie, and you know, I'm a Jet fan and I'm a Gator fan, so I can't go for no Miami football under no circumstances. But them Miami penny 5s, I almost bought the satin starter jacket, Earl. Yes, I'm phony. I don't give a damn.
I don't care.
Call me Larry Zonka that day, brother.
Hey, listen, bro. I'm with you. Look, that Miami, the Miami, the invisibility cloaks, the Phoenix
Tigers,
the Memphis Tigers. Oh my god!
Yeah,
y'all remember the red, black, and white one? The first one they dropped alongside a pair of penny ones.
Yeah, they were like amazing colorway. Yeah.
Oh, that penny and listen, bro. for those of y'all that, you know what I'm saying, weren't outside, you got to understand something. Penny relaunched his line in the height of Kobe, LeBron, and KD and still was selling out everywhere.
Absolutely.
You couldn't just walk in and get them. You lined up to get Penny 5s just like everybody
Yep,
else.
Absolutely.
You could not just walk in and get them.
Oh no, I'll tell. Listen, that's how I got my cloaks. I had to line up. So
Had to line up, bro.
Had to line up.
Had to
All
line
right.
up.
So Earl, give me three to five of your favorite Penny colorways across the line.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Orlando Penny 1, Atlantic Blue Penny 2. You know what? Shameless plug, but fuck it, whatever. Galaxy Flight 1.
Woo!
Real young man.
Yeah.
Hey man,
Yeah,
I told you we got pennies over here, man.
I loved when I had those. I loved
We
it.
got pennies over here.
I was broke and I wanted those
Galaxy Flight 1
so badly. That's a top 3 from that lineup that year, by the way.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Everybody was after those foams, but that Flight
those
one, that was
that
it.
gray with
That's
that.
what
Man, yeah.
I had to get them. I had to get those.
I'm gonna go.
You're at 3 right now.
I'm gonna go. Zoom Rookies Binary Blue.
Okay.
And I'm going to go. You know what? I'm gonna go half cents.
Yep. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Specifically, because we got a lot of foam colors. Obviously, they did the eggplant. They did the royal. But that silver pewter half cent.
That pewter half cent. Yes,
come
sir.
on, man.
It was something about
it. It was something about silver, and then the way that reflected was like green and everything. Like, yo, dog, listen.
I'm gonna tell y'all now. This is my own personal hot take. I feel like those metallic colors, like specifically like pewter, copper, things like that, I feel like they were better on the half cent. It's just something about the execution of the half cent.
I'm not mad at that because the half cent was so good.
Listen, I'm telling you right now, I want a half cent retro today.
I'm gonna say now. I know you don't buy a lot of basketball, but would you consider buying anything from the penny line if it were to re-release like a half cent or a penny 4? And if not, if it's grown patch, that's fine. But could you do it today?
I would do a penny 2.
Okay.
I could do a penny 2. I could do a penny 2. I could do a penny 2. A half cent. Man, I don't know. I don't know if I could do that. I'm almost 40 years old. Shit. I don't know if I could do that. But a half I feel like a penny 2. It's just a penny 2 is very like Atlantic Blue penny 2 is just real subtle. Like, it's a simple shoe.
It's
So
a very simple.
I could freak that and I could get some fits off crazy.
And you know what's funny about it, if you look at it, for the people here looking at it, it kind of fits with the chunky mold of a lot of shoes today.
Right.
So it doesn't even feel out of place.
Right.
So
all right. But it's sleek. It's got like real sleek parts.
It's still got very distinct things too.
Until you get that I forgot what that model was called. The bottom I know the penny 6 is about right next to it. That's the
little penny posit. Yeah.
Little penny. Until you get there, for the most part, Penny has one of the more wearable basketball sneakers.
Oh, absolutely.
Of any era. Like you can wear everything.
The only one that was ever a problem for me was those 5s with the pinky toe. You had to gauge the size for me.
Yeah.
But
I feel it.
But all right, as far as I'm concerned though, for me, oh boy. All right. I'm gonna go Orlando Penny 1s, obviously. I'm gonna go in no order. I'm gonna go Penny 5 Invisibility Cloak, which I feel like may be the best cloak execution of all time, even with the Kobe 6
I'm not mad at that.
there.
The 5. Oh, no, the 7. The 7.
It's 6 or 7. Between 6, 7, 8, I get kind of confused. So y'all,
because they all look alike.
I gotta get it together. But all right, Penny 1 Orlando, Cloak 5, Memphis Tiger 5. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go white and purple 3, penny
Mm.
3.
Ooh.
And for my
I
last
had
one,
those. I had
I'm
those.
gonna go. I'm gonna go social status pennies, but not the ones that I have. I'm gonna go. Actually, no, no. I'm gonna go Stussy Brown penny twos.
Yes,
Mm.
yes,
Stussy
yes,
Brown penny
yes,
twos. I
yes,
think they did
yes.
an amazing. I think some of the colorways hit better than others, and I think that one in particular. I also think the brown honorable mention sleeper, that brown penny one that social status did, not
Mm-hmm.
the black one, but the
The
brown
taupe.
one.
They're like, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that one
Yep.
was a phenomenal one. So I give
Yeah.
them that.
Social status really took good care of the penny
And
line.
it's crazy because I'm gonna cut you off respectfully for just a second.
Mhm.
I really wish Penny would have got into the marketing for that, because that
I wish
marketing that they did was phenomenal with the
it was.
basketball storyline and everything. It was
Mm-hmm.
amazing. So it made me want the shoe. To be honest with you, like it really
Social
did.
status probably tells some of the best stories in sneakers today. But what they did with that penny, man, like the whole playground thing, and I know they did the
Mm-hmm.
free lunch and all that. Like,
Yep.
dog. Because look, as we're kids, your basketball sneakers were everything. You played baseball, you played basketball, you
Yeah.
ran, you did so and so. So to tell that story on a penny one, look, man, James Whitner, you may be a lot of things, but what I will give you, you are an amazing storyteller. You are an amazing storyteller in more ways than one. You are an
If
amazing
you were
storyteller.
wrong,
Dog, I
I
was
would say,
trying
hey,
so. I was trying
I
so
was like,
hard to
social status is
sidestep it.
coming up a lot
I
right
was
now.
trying to sidestep it so.
But
James
hey,
Whitner, you may be a lot of things, boy, and a storyteller is one of he gonna tell a story. That's that
yes,
he
he
gonna
is.
do. He gonna tell a story.
You're gonna tell the story in
Oh
front of a
We
jury
man.
too.
ancient Chinese secret, boy.
Hey,
Hey, let's
bro. Hey,
let's get
hey. The first Asiatic black man in the modern day, bro. You know what
come
I'm
on,
saying?
man.
What
Come
can I
on, man.
say?
Come on,
Hey,
man.
hey, hey,
Uh,
hey. If 45 can get away with it, let him get away with it too.
Hey,
fuck it.
yeah,
Eh,
hey,
Hey,
eh,
Earl.
yeah.
let him go. Yeah.
Woo!
Um.
Hey, because
Yeah.
guess what? Hey, all them allegations came out, all that shit came out. Brothers and sisters, these have still been worn. They're
Hey,
going to get
not
worn
my
this
problem.
week.
Not my
I'm not
problem.
taking them
Look,
away.
look, look,
I
look, look,
don't
look.
care.
I grew up and I knew a lot of drug dealers that was in church on Sunday morning. I'm not going to get James ain't did nothing to me.
Listen,
All right.
listen to me. Y'all let that man tell y'all that slavery was a choice and y'all still wear his
And y'all
shoes.
still bought them
Let
Hmm.
me
sneakers.
wear my pennies in peace,
Let me
okay?
wear him in
Hey,
peace,
look,
Let me
brother.
man.
wear 'em in peace,
I
brother.
ain't got no problem with Penny.
Hey, you got
No
pork on
problem.
your plate just like I do, brother.
Just like I do, brother. I ain't got no problem with you.
Now, I may not have the pennies, but I got something else of his over there in terms of Air Jordan number
Oh yeah, yeah,
5.
yeah, yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
And
yeah,
hey,
yeah,
you
listen,
know,
yeah,
man,
hey,
listen.
yeah,
I love
yeah.
them motherfuckers. I like wearing those, so
Love
ain't
it.
Hey,
shit you
Hey,
gonna
he
do
ain't do
about
it to
me.
me. He ain't
I
do it to
bought them.
me.
I bought them. He ain't do it to
uh huh.
me.
Hey, hey, man, what am I mad at another young, honorable, faithful black man for doing with Chinese outsourcing, brother? Listen,
Hey,
I like the country too. They ain't done nothing to me.
Hey, look.
they
You
ain't
know what
did
I'm
nothing to
saying?
me. They ain't never
Sneakers
called
app
me
get
nigga.
over on us every month. You think I'm
Hey,
finna care
man,
about him?
look,
Hey,
and look.
eh,
If anybody's saying something, you can't say a thing when you be getting these DH Gate China replicas out here too. I
uh,
see you.
uh,
So hey,
Ooh,
don't
uh,
ooh,
hey,
wee.
hey,
Ooh, wee.
how
hey,
your how your off whites ain't got no yellowing?
hey, man, how you? Come on, man. That hey,
Where your
Virgil didn't do
fives
that.
at? Where your fives at?
Hey, man,
Mm. But
hey,
anywho,
man.
where your off white fives at, homeboy?
Why your flaps do this on your off
Hey,
white, man?
man.
Why your off
Why
whites
they
do
do
that,
this?
man?
That
You
ain't
been
off white.
hooping in them?
That's just dirty
That's just
white,
white.
brother.
It's just
But
Off
yeah.
browns.
off
Off
brown,
browns.
off
Taupe.
brown, off
It's
brown.
taupe.
Yeah.
Taupe.
Oh man.
All right. That's crazy. But all right.
Yes, sir.
So let's wrap with
That's right.
let's wrap this up with the one. The penny one was kind of easy. But not gonna lie to y'all. Yeah.
Mm, mm,
Yeah.
mm,
Mm-hmm.
mm, mm.
So many years, so many colors, so many iconic moments. I mean, in the words of Gucci Mane, this ain't even all of it, brother, because it's just so much there. I will tell y'all now, I think all of us can agree we may do something more extended on the Foamposite later on because of its impact with Nike basketball, as we talked about. Shout out to the pro and things like that. But I'll just ask the question now. All right. I need 3 to 5 of your top Air Foamposite, one only, not pros, but just one.
I can't go to pro. Okay.
All right, tell you what, I'll
Okay.
make an exception. Throw some pros in there. Why not?
Okay.
Why not?
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna start with you, AJ.
First and foremost, I want to shout out my second home, the DMV, because let me
Indeed.
tell you something. There's no region greater. There's no region that represents the phone positive more than the DMV. Period. I argue with your mama, argue with your grandmama. I don't give a damn. Y'all never gonna take that away from the DMV, bro. That is phone positive land. That is phone positive town. They have it. They own it. They always had it.
Indeed.
Period. Nobody started. They are the innovators of this shit.
Yep.
Indeed.
Yep.
So with that, we get to me in terms of this phone positive thing, and I'm just gonna keep it quick and simple and cleanly as possible. The Royal Sharpies, that's number one.
Sharpies.
Period. Royal
Wee.
Sharpies, number one.
Mm.
Okay.
Second would be pewters.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, that
Third
brother was
would be,
outside then.
third would be eggplants.
Yep.
Okay.
Fourth would be pearls.
Pearl pros or
Pearl
pearl
pros.
pearl
Pearl
pros?
Mm-hmm.
pros.
Okay.
Pearl phone positive pros will be number four.
Okay.
And number five, which I feel like is a sleeper. I feel like a lot of people slept on this one. That pine green foam positive
Come
pro.
on, man.
Them
Come on.
bitches was so
Come
fucking
on.
hard, bro.
Okay.
You lived in the DMV during that time, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Okay, yeah. That's why our list is going to be very similar. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Okay.
All right, Earl. You'll go.
I have 3 honorable mentions, and I was going to get to it. Just 3. It's quick. I feel like the Royal, no question. You come on. It shouldn't even be ranked. The pearlized pink. I think as I wouldn't personally wear it, but it was such an iconic shoe.
And just for the record, this is 2012.
2012, yeah, the pearlized pink.
Oh, from my infamous story about them
Yes,
shit.
yeah.
Safe space,
And
safe space,
and
safe
then
space.
and then it's a newer phone, but the Olympic phone I thought was executed so well.
Olympic foam.
Yes, it's all white, has hints of red and navy and gold. It
Oh,
is
okay.
executed so
Yeah.
well. That's my honorable mention list. Number 1, talked about it earlier. Pearl Phone Pros, except for the Royals Pearl Phone Pros. I mean, it literally it's there.
Okay.
Number 2, Galaxy, either iteration of Galaxy. I
Okay.
was there. I was outside. Number 3, Pewter. I think out of that whole release time of eggplants, coppers, and all that, Pewters just are the one for me.
Mm.
Sure.
Number 4. Um, oh, it's another Phone Pro.
It's fine.
Jim Green. Jim Green
Mm.
was a amazing phone to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then number 5, I'll round out. Oh God. House of Hoops Pine Green.
Yes, sir.
House of
Yes,
Hoops,
sir.
Pine Green.
Yes,
Okay.
House
Yes,
of
sir.
Hoops Pine Green.
Yes, sir.
We already got the Pine Green mentioned, so I want that other Pine Green. And one that Royal I'm mentioning, there's a specific Royal foam that's the best out of all of them. Sheen was right. It was the '07 Royal foam with the penny on the insole. That is the best Royal foam.
Mm.
If you've
Okay.
never seen it, the blue shines the right way, and that insole to have a penny as the insole. Come
Yeah,
on, bro.
you
This
can't
is
beat
back
that.
when come on, bro. That's it. So yeah, pearls, Galaxy, House of Hoop Pine Greens, Pewter, and Gym Green.
That Galaxy destroyed the game.
It
That shit
did, bro.
just that
It
shit.
it
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 did,
did
That
something
shit.
to the game that we have
Yeah.
not seen and won't see again.
bro. The alternate, I paid $450 for the alternate.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and it's worth it. But good God, that Galaxy again. We all remember the infamous story of dude trading the Civic for it. Like, come on.
Yeah.
That
But
is still probably the craziest thing.
did
All
y'all get
right.
him in Memphis?
Hell
The
no.
Galaxy?
We got him here. We did get him. I didn't get
I'm
him
gonna tell you
because
like this:
yeah.
if we did get them, it was literally maybe like 10 pairs total. Like it was one of those
Real. I'm gonna
things.
tell my Galaxy story real quick. So it'll take 2 minutes. So at that time, I was working for Foot Locker.
Mhm.
Um, so that weekend was All Star Weekend in Orlando,
Mhm.
and at that time, I was allowed to work and all that other kind of shit. I went down there, and I wasn't on schedule for the day of the phone release, but I was still down there
Right.
to try and get the shoe because that I think those dropped on Friday, and the Kobe, I think the whole pack dropped on that Friday, and I think they were holding the something was held until Saturday. I forgot what it was. I want to say it was like Dave White ones or some shit was there Saturday, whatever the fuck. Nonetheless, Florida Mall, everybody knows the whole infamous thing that happened. I kid y'all not, bro. The U.S. Marshals were out there. There was police on horses out there because there were so many people at Florida Mall because everybody's already there for All Star Weekend. Locals, people all around the state of Florida, all around the state of the country. Everybody's in this parking lot. I can tell y'all now that I don't work there no more. There was only 200 pair in Orlando.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
That's it. It was
Yeah.
200 pair. We had 1,000 roughly of each of the penny or not the penny, but the Kobe, the LeBron, the KD, so on and so forth. But for the foam, there was only 200 pair there.
Right.
And what's crazy is that was where All Star was being held.
Yeah. 2012.
Why New York City and Houston had more pairs is beyond me. But all right, but yeah, it was wild. And I remember our regional vice president at the time was there, and he made the decision to send them back. So they never released in Orlando.
Mm.
Yep.
He packed them up and sent them back because it was just mayhem.
Yep.
And Nike was cool with it, and they sent them back. So where those pairs went, I don't know. But I do know this: I snatched up everything else. I
Ah.
got the white one, I got the Kobe, the LeBron, the so on and so forth, the
Yep.
KD. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
All
What
right.
a fucking mess.
yeah, man, it was bad.
All
It
right.
was bad.
I'll give my 5 real quick to wrap us up here. No order. I'm gonna start with Royals.
Mm-hmm.
Pick a year, don't matter. It was Royals. Um, Eggplant.
Yep.
I'm gonna go original, all white with black, all star
Mm.
Foamposites. Not the shooting stars, but the original all
Original.
star
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Foamposite one.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4, I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm gonna go cherries. I'm gonna go cherries.
Not mad at that.
I think cherry reds. That's probably one shoe that I can see like because I don't really wear all red shoes like that, and
Mm.
I know it's got black in it, but that's probably one I could see myself wearing. And number 5, gone fishing. Gone fishing.
It's an interesting choice. Not
Reason being is because I just like I'll put them on the screen for just a second here, just so everybody can see them in the middle. Just that green, man. That just
it is a nice shade of green.
it is phenomenal. And I
It
was
is.
supposed to get those shoes, but I was driving to the mall to go pick them up, and my car broke down. And I literally had to sit I had to it broke down, but I was able to get the start up to get to the nearest shop. And a day I thought I was gonna spend maybe a couple hundred on the shoes and just I think we had our like a convention that day or something too.
Mm.
I was like maybe I'll pick up a couple finds. Nah, bruh, I legit had to pay to get my car fixed, and then it was so bad, it was nothing else to do. I literally probably walked. I think I told y'all I walked like 2 miles to the nearest movie theater
Oh, I think I remember you
Oh
talking
yeah, I
about
just
remember
that.
you talking about
Yeah.
that.
just
Yeah.
to watch a movie. And the only interesting movie they had was the Entourage movie. So I sat
Yeah.
there and watched that, then walked 2 more hours. This is in the middle of June in
Mm-hmm.
Memphis.
I remember when those dropped.
Humid as
Mm-hmm.
hell. It was so bad. Shout out to wherever you are in this universe, Bonnie. My coworker saw me walking, but she was with her dude. And she was like, oh
Mm.
my God, I think that's Larry. She told me later. She's like, I think that's Larry walking. I'm like, wish you would have gave me a ride, but whatever. So
Yeah.
shout out to
I'm sure
Bonnie.
homeboy would have understood.
Now,
Nah, he wasn't going for that at all.
now, two things I'm proud of in this scenario
Mm-hmm.
is that only one of us chose Galaxies. I'm happy there. And two, nobody said Supreme.
No,
Thank you.
no.
I was going to ask you as a Supreme guy how you feel about Supreme foams.
They're probably one of my least, one of the bottom
I
Supreme.
feel
I feel like Supreme SBs are killing the Supreme
I
foams
take even with
without a
Supreme out
doubt.
of it as a
But
non-Supreme guy, I don't even have them above Paranormans. To be honest with you, like I don't.
yeah,
mm,
Yeah,
Paranormals.
there's so many that we could have said right now. I mean, another one, Lightning phones, the yellow ones.
oh yeah, I remember those. Yeah,
Okay, yeah. They
Yeah,
were phone ones or phone pros.
phone
they
ones,
they was fall ones. Yeah,
phone
they were
ones.
ones.
That like they kind of like the fours, like just lightning
Yeah,
in
yeah,
color.
Lightning.
Yeah.
Yeah, those. I remember it was a lime pair that came out like a year
Electro
before the
limes,
Electro.
electro limes.
Woo!
Mm-hmm.
Underrated. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See, this is real foam talk right now. Like, yeah, yeah. So,
Yes,
yeah.
but I'm glad we went all marks and was like, hey, yeah, Galaxy,
You
Galaxy,
know what it
Galaxy
is
with
about the
it. You
Yeah,
Galaxy?
know?
They're a great shoe, but
Yeah.
like honestly, I could see myself wearing cherries more. I could see myself wearing eggplants more.
Yeah.
I
I
feel
mean,
you.
the All Stars, like, as I don't even like all white shoes like that, but like that hint of it, is just
Mm,
enough because it's got the white and the black. And I respect what they did with the shooting stars, trying to, bring it back a little bit, but
mm-hmm.
it's just that clean look of the originals that's just like,
And it's no vendetta I got against the Galaxies
no.
and nothing like that. I understand the impact of them and
Nah, it's
everything
like
like
mentioning
that.
Concords, like somebody doing
Yeah.
it.
It
Yeah,
was
but I
like it was
mean,
just, like of course like you cannot ignore that crazy impact that it had on the sneakers going forward. I think
Yeah,
now we
yeah.
kind of like in a quiet time now. Like it's not
Yeah.
so terrible as it
I
did
mean,
during the 2010s, you know what I'm
if
saying?
they
But
re-release again, I can see myself getting them.
I
So it's
think
not a
they are.
They
I
are. They
think
are
yeah,
they're
next
they
year.
supposed to
are.
re-release
Drop,
next
Yeah.
year.
they're
Yeah.
Yeah,
dropping
next
next
year.
year. All Star.
Yeah,
What do y'all think resale looks like on them? Because I can give you
next
some
year.
specs now.
Next year, I'm gonna be
Yeah,
honest with
so
you.
I'll give you the specs. We're going to have full family. They'll
Mhm,
be widely available,
mhm.
just like a standard Foamposite is today.
Yeah.
It's just going to be just a regular old foam coming back.
Yeah,
It's
Uh,
not. It's
400,
nothing to worry
400.
about. Yeah, nothing. No, if anything, no. I say you. Well, what
Retail's 250.
retail
Yeah,
250,
400.
250.
Re-
You probably $50 above retail, so about 350.
400. I think that what's gonna happen is those are gonna release, and it's gonna be like 450 to get them at most. But the originals, while their price is gonna go down because of the influx, and I mean it's a 12, 13-year-old shoe at that point.
Yeah.
Those will still have some kind of value because somebody will be like, well, I still got the box, or something like
Mhm.
that to try to
Or it's gonna be some color offset on them.
Something will be
something,
off.
Something's gonna
some
be
little
different.
small
Yeah.
detail of it to like throw it off. So
Yeah.
I think 400 is the cap. If they're
Yeah.
250, because I just look at it's already 250, so they're gonna have to make some kind of profit.
yeah,
When you factor in tax, that goes up to about 280 after
and then
tax
shipping, which is 300.
and
Yeah,
shipping, so it's gonna put you
And
at
and
300.
processing fees and all that other
yeah.
Right.
bullshit.
So I'm probably gonna cap it off at 400. Um, it's just they're gonna make so many of these shits now. Like it's crazy. Like Galaxy KDs at one point were like 1,000,
Yeah,
and now the retro is 250 at most.
brother
Shit,
man,
wait till the nerf. Wait till you see the nerf.
Yeah, when the
brother
nerfs come.
man,
Yeah,
Nerf
when
is
the
gonna
nerfs
be.
come back.
brother
Yeah.
man. I went to the store the other day and I saw Weatherman KD4 sitting. So that should let you
Yeah,
know
I just
Yeah.
don't
where
know
we're
where
at with
we
it.
are anymore. That like they matter, but even this
Um,
Lightning 17 thing. If the Lightning 17s were widely available, then
mhm.
we're getting ready to go. I just don't know what we gauge with resale today on shoes like that. Because I know there's people like me that still buy basketball sneakers, but for the most part, bro, um, I don't know. But this could be one of the ones that it's like it's a Galaxy phone, so people are going to buy it. Um, but hell, after what I've seen so far with 2 out of the Galaxy pack, you can get Big Bang LeBrons under retail. You can get Galaxy
Mhm.
KDs a little above retail. So I don't know. We'll see, but I'm a be generous to say 400.
When you were able to get South Beach LeBrons at a decent price, that should let you know everything you need to know about
Yeah.
where we were
Yep.
finna head to. So,
Yeah.
look, penny ones were limited at first when they came out in 22, and then they restocked them toward the end of 22, 23, and you can get them for
Mhm.
retail now. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
it's like, this is where we're at with it with basketball shoes.
And
But,
it's a good thing. That's a great thing.
Oh,
yeah,
it's a great thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't said this all episode, so I'll say it to end this episode. Fuck you, reselling ass, little scamming ass, little motherfuckers out there. Fuck you. No, hey,
Yeah.
tough,
Time's up.
tough titty. I'm getting my shoes.
Yeah.
So hey,
Get a job.
get a job.
Get a job. Be a man.
Be a
Be a
man.
man.
Be a man.
Be a
So
man.
yeah. All right. Well, everybody, thank y'all for coming through for another episode. Have an idea what the third episode might be, but we'll table that for another time. As always, it's the union. Patreon.com/MIC podcast, patreon.com/SYWNET. G.F.T.S. _ pod on all
Yes, sir.
platforms. And we will catch y'all on the next one. Penny, I appreciate you. You were always kind, even to my mother who did not know you. And she thought you
Well,
had on those cool shoes.
well,
So, hey, man, it's the one, baby. It's the
it's the
one.
one. It's
So,
the
Yes,
on
one.
sir.
that
Yes, sir.
note, we out.